And we are back with the last and final presentation by Hana Yusof. I hope I pronounced your name
Yusof,
right.
yeah, that's correct.
Thanks. Welcome and big applaud.
Thank you. Thank you, Magnus and Adabit, for inviting me here to speak about product discovery. But first of all, I have a question for you guys, both in the room and online. But actually, I already have the answers since you guys gave great speeches earlier. So I know you all work with creating products for the customers, isn't it? What about online? Can you write a plus sign if today you're working with creating products for your customers? Are there any plus?
Yeah, let's give the online people some seconds to answer. Plus or minus people, are you working with creative stuff?
Okay, creating products. Okay.
We have a plus.
Perfect. I suspect so. I hope so. I have a next question. Do you think creating a product is hard? Yeah, yeah. If someone actually says easy, then I need their contact number because I need to get some tips from them.
No, not yet.
I think we all do, right? Okay. So, my name is Hana Yusof, and I'm here to share with you about product discovery, what it means, and how it can help you to address customer problems, to create the right product. Now, I don't think creating product is easy at all. We could sit here all evening, and I can tell you all about it, but we're not going to sit there all evening. But over the years, I've learned several ways that has helped me and the teams I work with a couple of ways of how we can address customer problems through product discovery. I just realized I have a clicker here. I want to tell you a story about my friend, Tim. Tim runs a bakery. His bakery is located in a central area, close to the city. Tim is experienced in what he does. His family has been in the business for generations. And Tim and his business has gone through a few successes and failures, and I will take you on that journey today. Tim, like everyone else running a business, he wants to sell more of his bread, and he wants to get more customers. Now, Tim thought about a brilliant idea. What if he offers a delivery service, delivering freshly baked bread to his customer to the doorstep? Now, what do you do when you have a great idea? Well, you sit down and write a business plan, a brilliant business plan. So Tim sat down, expanded on his idea, wrote a to-do list. First of all, he wants to buy new ovens. He wants to rent a bigger bakery space next door. And he wants to hire 2 employees. Tim took over the business from his family, so he's running it all by himself. And he's been doing this for a while. Now, he talked to the customers at his bakery. They all thought it's a brilliant idea. Very excited for him. And Tim talked to his friends and family. They were very positive about it. But they also warned him about the risks. What if nobody needed the delivery service? Or what if he can't make money from this? But Tim is not worried. I mean, he's been in the business for a long time. He has strong assumptions about this, you know. You know how it feels when you have strong assumptions about something. So, months go by. Now Tim is a team of 3. He has a baker and a delivery guy. And, like I said, he has a perfect plan. Everything looks promising. And they're baking more bread than ever before. And it's business as usual for him. Customers come into the bakery, walk in, buy bread, and he ended up with a lot of waste. He has a lot of leftover bread every day. Why? He had expected that customers would start placing delivery orders because he started talking to his customers, telling his customers about this delivery service, right? And he had invested all this money. And the poor delivery guy had nothing to do and nowhere to deliver. And now he has higher monthly costs. He bought new baking ovens. He has double the rent than before. And he has employee salaries to pay. Now Tim is stressed. He needs to make a quick decision. His bakery was doing well before. But he made a big investment, right? At the beginning, when he had his idea. Now he realized now that his business may actually fail. Now, he remembered what his friends and family warned him about. What if no one actually needs delivery of freshly baked bread to the doorstep? And what if he can't make money? What if nobody wants to pay for delivery fees? He really thought he was right, you know. He had the perfect business plan. Very strong assumptions. But he's not so sure anymore now. Now, let's take a step back and look at the word assumption. Can anyone here in this room actually tell me what the word assumption means? A guess? A guess is a guess, yes?
Yeah, I have a guess, but it's hard in English.
A guess as well? What did you say?
Yeah, I would guess. I know what assumption means.
Mm? And the thing is, you and I, we all make assumptions every single day. I had assumed that when I walk in, I would see 50 people here because, you know, according to Swedish government, it's max 50 people in a public gathering. But it's quite relieved to know that there's less people actually today. So that was assumption. Now, so did Tim. I looked up the word assumption on the dictionary the other day. This is what it means. An assumption is something that you believe, you accept as true, without question or proof. This means that Tim's assumptions, some of them could be right, but many of them could be also wrong. Now, Tim thinks a lot about his assumptions, the assumptions he's made. And the thing is, he acted upon his assumptions and spent a lot of money. Now he really needs answers to 2 questions. Number 1, is there really a need for bread delivery? And if yes, for who? Well, there's only one way to find out. Get out the bakery and talk to customers. But who does he talk to? Who should he talk to? Where does he start? So Tim looked into the past receipts, right? I mean, this delivery service is not new for him. He has had periodical orders, requests from customers to deliver at some point. He looked into the past receipts and looked at who placed orders. Simple. So it turned out that those customers were mostly companies around his bakery. Now he has someone to talk to now, somewhere to go now. He really hopes he's not hallucinating with this idea. He really hopes there is a real problem to solve. Now, so he goes out. He went out to look for the companies around his bakery, those past customers who place delivery orders with him. Actively looks out for them. And he's out there a lot talking to his customers, not just talking, asking the right questions, asking them, observing them. What are their environments like? What do they do? How's their day like? What do they work with? Are they small companies, big companies? How many employees do they have? Do they have money or not? And when he's not baking at the bakery, he's out there talking to the customers. Now, remember that he had let go of the delivery guy. So he has to run the deliveries himself. As he is doing this, he learns a lot. He learns that he has to be punctual. Well, naturally, no one likes late deliveries, even though it happens. But he probably shouldn't be too early either, because if you deliver too early, perhaps the office is still closed at 8 a.m. Or nobody wants cold bread. They want freshly baked bread at a specific time. And he also has to learn to manage multiple deliveries since he's alone. So by doing this, he understands what are the challenges of operating the delivery service. He understands customers' expectations, customer needs, who they are. He gets to be in the building, at the company, or at the house where he delivers. He also sees the gaps in the service, the delivery that is done to customers. So all these insights, he gets a lot of insights by talking to customers. And all these are really motivating him. And he made up even more assumptions. And he wants to be able to test something. He wants feedback from the customers. He wants to be able to show something to the customers. Without actually spending any money or much effort. He doesn't have any since his business is failing. So remember, he believes that the ideal potential customers are the companies located around his bakery. So what he did was he made printouts at home, have them printed, and he's wondering if the customer would be interested in once a week delivery of fresh bread to their doorstep. But he's limiting this to 10 customers only. I'll tell you why. And it's easy for the customers to sign up. They can just give a call to the bakery or email the bakery. And so he went out and distributed the printouts to different companies around his bakery. And he realizes that this cost him nothing. Then he went on to do multiple experiments to different areas of the city. He takes the same concept, tweaks the contents, and then sends it out to different customer segments. Now, why is he limiting this to 10 signups? Because he's alone. It's simple. He can't manage too many deliveries. He wants to see if he's able to cope with the deliveries and if there is actually a demand out there, first of all. And remember there was free 1 month trial. What if customers just signed up because they want free bread and then they don't stay afterwards? We've all signed up for some type of subscription that is free for a month. All right. So how many of you actually wake up in the morning thinking about bread? No?
No.
No. Really? Because I do sometimes. Especially when I'm on low-carb diet. But, you know, Tim realizes that his customers don't. You don't wake up in the morning getting excited about buying bread, nor are they excited about the delivery. So, Tim learns that from talking to customers, he learned a couple of examples. A customer told him that they ordered fresh bread once a week to treat their employees. So the employees get free breakfast every Friday morning, and the customer was telling him how much happiness that brings to the employees, hanging out for an hour on Friday morning when everything is positive, waiting for the weekend. And that is the story that Tim is looking for. It's not the bread. It's not the delivery. Now, without a purpose, there is no story. What is the purpose of ordering freshly baked bread to your doorstep? And if you understand the story of what your customers' needs are, then you can ask the right questions when you meet them. But you have to be first out there. Now, Tim takes a step back and reflects at those simple things he did. He really wished he hadn't made such a big investment. He should really have just gotten out of the bakery, talk to customers, do some tests, understand what are their purpose. He could have saved a lot of money to create the right thing for the customers. Now, you may be wondering, why am I talking about bread, right? This is Emerging Tech Conference. Well, if you replace the baking oven to a web server, or any server for that matter, and the delivery guy to an API endpoint, and bread to data, everything becomes more complex. But let's see, Tim bakes and delivers bread to his customers. We code software and ship them via API to our customers. It's the same foundation. Shouldn't the same principles apply? So, what does it mean by creating the right product? So, if you're creating a product for yourself, you don't have to be out there because you can ask yourself questions. But most of the time, I bet you are creating a product for other people. If you're creating products for people who are operating machines, you should sit in the machines. If you're creating products for military, for law enforcement, you should be there talking to them, not when they get shot, you know, but you should try to understand their surroundings. And it is also about something we are able to do. If we talk about machine learning and artificial intelligence, those are very specific skills you need. And if you are creating products that need those skills, you have to look around in your building if you have that resources, and also if you have the money to fund your ideas. And last you need to know how to make money. Probably it's not the last. It should be one, I don't know. It's a balance, right? You need to be able to profit from it. You also need to know if you have a portfolio of products, will this product that you're creating work in harmony with others? Now, I want to tell you another story. This is my last story, I promise. There is a guy named Drew. And Drew is a developer and entrepreneur. Can you guys guess already? Okay, he's not that popular. So Drew was traveling from Boston to New York. And he was on a bus when he realized, oh, I forgot to say that this was 2007, 13 years ago. So picture that. Drew forgot his USB stick at home. We've all been there, right? He needed his files to work in New York. He's so frustrated. And so frustrated was he that he opened the code editor on his computer and started coding. Do you see where I'm going now? It's Dropbox. That is the beginning of Dropbox. Drew had an early prototype. It wasn't perfect, far from it. Had a lot of bugs, not seamless at all. But Drew wanted to know if this product will solve problem for other people than himself. So what did he do? He created a 4-minute short video and put that on YouTube. This video showed 2 main features. Number 1 is that he could synchronize files from his computer to the cloud. And second, you can access the files anytime, anywhere. We all know how difficult it was back then. Now, below the video, there was a form to join the waiting list. And the video was so compelling enough that the sign-up went from 5,000 to 75,000 sign-ups overnight. And those people haven't even tried that yet. They just saw a video.
I have to ask her, I mean, did he do any commercial on the video? Or just like, it just trended?
I'm sorry?
The video, the explainer he put out.
Yeah.
Did he do any kind of, pushed it or just he uploaded it and then things just...
Yeah, I think I think it was live. I don't think it was live streamed back then.
No.
I think it was uploaded. Yeah.
Yeah.
He made it from at home, because if you actually listen to it today, watch it today, you could tell. But that's the whole point. Do you have any more questions? Yeah. That is the whole point. So Drew knew that to build Dropbox at that time needed specific developer skills. And that was a complex product to build back then, because it was supposed to be compatible with multiple operating systems and multiple platforms. But he knew he had the resources. Dropbox was started by a group of engineers. But that test that he did helped them validate the problems without him spending any money. Maybe some effort in creating the video, but now we could all relate, as I said, to forgetting files. We still do that today, but we have Google Drive. But nobody had thought of a solution for that problem and validated it at the same time. So, in building tech products today, how many times have you been in a discussion at a meeting, at work, when it starts with, so can we build it with the latest technology? Or how fast can we build it? And like Tim, it's easy to ignore the risks when you have so many resources. When you work in a building with hundreds of developers. Now, this is what product discovery is about. So let me remind you, the next time you or your team want to start coding for that new feature or the new product that you think about, think again. Are those based on customer feedback? Have you validated the assumptions? And don't just ask questions. Create experiments to get early feedback, to see their reaction, and observe how they use it. And you have to find where your customers hang out and speak their language. I'm not asking you to go out there to sell. But sometimes when you do that, you'll get interest. And that's a bonus. Now, having data is better than no data. And the faster you get that data the faster you can make decisions. This may seem very obvious to you. Why is she talking about the simple things? From my humble experience, this is what I still struggle with every day. This is why I'm standing here in front of you to tell you about these problems. A lot of people create products that fail. And creating a successful product is really hard. What I've shared with you are just some simple examples to help you on your journey in creating the right product. Now, there is much more to product discovery than what I just shared with you today. Today, I work as a product discovery coach at Bisnode. We sell data to customers. We have lots of products in our portfolio. My job is to help the teams I work with to figure out how to balance product discovery, product delivery, and the agile way of working. But I'll save that for another talk, another day. By the way, Tim is a real person with another name, and he now runs a bakery, a restaurant, and an ice cream shop in Singapore. So, finally, before you leave, I would like to ask you to reflect on what's your journey like in creating the right product. And I would like to hear your thoughts, or if you have any questions from the audience.
There's no questions yet in the chat, but I have a question
Yes.
or more a thought there when you showed the explainer video. My kind of, you know, whenever I've been in places, I always worked in creatives. I always worked with software development and in creative places, and we usually start out, we have this idea, let's code away, let's build this stuff. But when I saw this, I thought, no, let's do an explainer video. Forget about the coding. Let's put out 10 explainer videos and a sign-up form, and then see where people sign up, and then we build that stuff instead of even going to building stuff. Because I mean, today you could almost build anything with the current technology we have, more or less.
Yeah.
Is that a way to? Would you say to do it?
Yeah, I think it's natural for us humans to jump to solutions all the time. We see a problem and we come up with solutions. But I think it was, you were going to say something?
No, please.
There is a saying now from Einstein, I think it was about staying in the problem space was it 70% or 80% of the time, as opposed to solution. So if you don't understand the problem, how can you build something? And you can go based on assumptions. But the key here, what I'm trying to say is to try to get whatever you're building, it could be the bread, the delivery, or the software, or the whole platform, get it in front of customers or users as early as possible.
Yeah. Is there any time, like you're working as a product discovery coach, I guess that's your name, or
Yes.
the title?
Yeah.
Is there any time you would say that the users don't know what they want, so we're still going to build it and then ship it, and then once they see it, they will know they want it? Or is that just...
Now you're asking me a question about my next talk.
Okay.
But, I mean, I'm not sure if you're familiar, but Henry Ford said, if you ask the customers, they will say they want faster horses. You can take that in multiple ways. It depends on, that's what I said, ask the right questions. If you go to a customer and say, what do you want? Well, I want a lot of things. But what do I need is something that you have to observe.
Can you create needs?
You can create needs, but we all have basic needs as humans. And as Anders had said, washing machines. Do I really need a SIM card in my washing machine? I'm not sure. That could be a value-added service, but what is the basic problem here that you're trying to solve? And what is the outcome you're achieving? Because you don't want to end up with piles of clothes on the weekend, or, well, I do end up with piles of clothes every day anyway, but maybe I need someone who put that into the washing machine. But that's not really my outcome. My outcome is to have clean clothes so my kids don't cry in the morning because they don't have their favorite pair of jeans.
Yep. Know that feeling.
That's a real story.
Yeah. There's no questions. Do anyone of you guys have questions? No? Then thank you very much, Hana.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming. And we are super thrilled.
So we can do
this.
Let's
do it like
thank
this.
you.
And here you go.
Thank you.
For your contribution. And thank you to everyone listening to the live stream. And thank you, Hana, first.
Thank you.
And thank you to everyone on the live stream also. We're almost sent like 4.5 hours, so thank you very much for hanging in there. We have like 20 plus people, and I think we have like around 40 people totally coming and going. The content will be put on YouTube once we get it. So we'll take all 4 presentations and put them up on YouTube, on the YouTube channel, Adabeat YouTube channel. So once we have that, we'll send out a link to everyone so you can see it and share it and view it again or view your own performance. It's really scary to hear your own voice sometimes. Yeah, some people nodding here and here. So again, thank you very much, and thank you all the speakers for taking your time and coming here. Yes, that's it for today. Thank you very much. Bye.